What's going on, guys? JPS back for another video, and today we'll be reacting to cost of living in Germany, housing, food, transport, and more. A very important video in today's world where the cost of living seems to be rising. My future is very uncertain. I know many of you in the comments continue to urge me to make the move to Europe, and that is something that I may end up doing. I don't really know what the future holds, but it is certainly an option. And while I continue to explore my options, videos like this are quite helpful. Especially, Germany is a nice country. I like it a lot. So who knows what the future holds, guys, but I appreciate all of you for the support and for continuing to tell me I need to get over there, because I know if I did move to Europe and live there, not even forever, even for a few years or whatever the case would be, I know I would have a great time and that it would be a good decision. So it's more so about taking the steps to do that. But before we do that, let's learn some more about the cost of living in Germany. I visited Germany a few times over the past 3 years, basically. And every time I visited, I was surprised. Like, it's not too expensive. Obviously, traveling around is very different from living there. And some of the cities can be much more expensive. Some of the restaurants can be pricier. I can't just live off Duna kebab all day. But I think overall, Germany is a very nice country. The infrastructure is great. It's easy to get around. And, the prices of groceries and accommodation are nothing out of this world. But let's take it from someone who actually lives in Germany, which I believe this creator does. So let's get it, guys. Here we go.
For whatever reason you moved or are planning to move to Germany, be it because of the affordable education, a job opportunity, or you just can't get enough of those German sausages. Nevertheless, there's a lot to think and research about before making that big step. So here I present to you a video covering all the basic living expenses in the Federal Republic of Germany.
Federal Republic.
If you are the type of person that would like to have a roof above their head, then you should consider your housing situation. In Germany, it really depends on what city you live in. So in Berlin, the capital of Germany, a single bedroom apartment in the city center on average will cost you 1,233 euros and 43 cents. Outside the center, 896 euros and 56 cents. Then the same apartment in the city center of Munich, which is one of the most expensive German cities, on average will cost you around 1,382 euros and 92 cents. Outside the center, 1,042 euros and 82 cents. So 10 to 14% difference. But a smaller...
Let me just do some conversion real quick. Okay, so right now the euro is 1 to 1.15 USD. So I was thinking, I'm like, obviously this is not cheap. But when I think about US cities, this is a great, very affordable compared to the prices in the United States cities. But then I have to remember the taxes in Germany are much higher. The income may not be as high. The United States, a lot of Americans bring home a lot of money, but you got to pay for your health care. You're living on your own in a lot of ways. So it's not as supported by the state. But okay. I like what I'm seeing. Let me know your thoughts on this, guys. Do you think rent in Germany is too high? Obviously, this is city center, so outside is even way better. But let me know. Do you guys think it should be cheaper? What's going on?
Known city like Dresden, a single bedroom apartment in the city center will be around 550 euros and 22 cents.
Whoa.
And outside the city, 439 euros and 9 cents. So the prices really range from 300 euros for a shared flat in a more affordable area to 3,000 euros for a 3-bedroom apartment in an expensive city center. If sadly the Wi-Fi is not included in your rent, on average a single person will be spending about 48 euros per month on mobile and internet.
I heard that the Wi-Fi situation in Germany is a pain in the ass to set up Wi-Fi when you move somewhere. But wow, guys, the prices are shocking to me. I'm like, what? It's so cheap compared to what we pay over here for equivalent or less. You know, you're paying double, triple in the city. Some people are paying like 3,000 euros a month to live in. I mean, that's not New York City. New York City, we don't even want to know what they pay up there. Okay, like 6, 7, 5,000 a month. No, oh my God,
euros
that's
per
scary.
month on mobile and internet. Moreover, it is good to remember the additional relocation costs, such as the deposit, which can climb up to 2 or 3 month cold rent. Kaltmiete. Plus, sooner or later, you might get a letter saying you need to pay the radio and cable bills, even though you don't use these services or you don't even speak German. The fee will be around 18 euros 36 cents a month per household. And last but not least, it is important to note that for some reason, unfurnished apartments mean that you most likely will not have a kitchen. Just some pipes and a bucket. If you don't want to hear your stomach growling from days on end...
Jesus Christ. How do you... What? So if you don't have a kitchen, is there like a communal... I guess you go somewhere else? I don't know. I really know nothing about living in Germany. You know, just because you visit somewhere, I still know nothing about the country, honestly. There's still so much to learn. This is crazy. This is actually crazy. Oh my God.
I would recommend going grocery shopping from time to time. Food prices in Germany are generally considered to be quite low, especially compared to those of neighboring countries. It is largely because Germany produces and grows a lot of its own food within its advanced agriculture industry. But like in most countries, the basic costs of living spiked up nonetheless. The main difference in pricing you will find between large cities and small towns. Basic food prices vary according to where you shop, but these prices are the average for Germany. 1 liter of milk, 70 cents. A loaf of bread, €1.30. 12 eggs, €1.82. Also, we have these hard-boiled colored eggs that are sold year-round. 500 grams of local cheese, €4.45. 1 kilogram of chicken breast, €7.32. 1 kilogram of rice, €2.09. A kilo of bananas, €1.63. 1 kilo of potatoes, 97 cents. 1 bottle of mid-range wine, $4.99. That rhymed. Half a liter of local beer, 76 cents.
Oh, now we're getting into the exciting things. I have to say though, when I compare this to my grocery shopping experience in the United States, the prices are comparable and possibly even cheaper for some products. But what you need to remember is the products in Germany, such higher quality, so much healthier, less preservatives, additives, artificial flavors and colorings, all of that stuff. So you're paying a similar price for better food. You know, like, how does that not sound amazing? And of course, you can buy alcohol in the grocery stores, which is not a convenience given to most Americans. I think in some states there are special rules, but where I live, you can't buy alcohol in the grocery store, which sucks. Come on, guys, what are we doing?
1 pack of cigarettes, €6.40. I don't smoke, but this one is expensive. 150 to 200 grams of Haribos, €1.05. For a typical shopping experience, you have your Rewe or Nakauf and Edeka. If you prefer collecting as many steps as possible while shopping, with reasonable prices, I recommend Kaufland. And if you're looking for some more financial stability in your life, budget-friendly supermarkets like Aldi, Lidl, Netto, and Penny are always there for you. Somewhere. Plus, don't throw away your plastic or glass bottles, since you unwillingly paid a deposit for them called Pfand. It's usually around 8 to 25 cents per bottle. It might not be much, but it adds up, especially if you're a big fan of Diet Coke. So a single
Or beers. They definitely, those are like, I think, 50 cents, half a euro. But yes, Aldi and Lidl are also budget-friendly grocery stores in the United States as well. I go to Aldi sometimes. Actually, I was just at Aldi yesterday to pick up some little things. But for most of the bulk shopping, I go to Costco, if you guys are familiar with that. It's like a wholesale grocery store, solid quality and great prices. I sound like a sales representative for them now. They didn't sponsor me. Why am I saying this?
Household will spend approximately 180 to 200 euros per month on groceries. A couple will spend approximately 369. Nice. Whether you're on a date or after a long day at work, you might want to dine out or do some takeout. A meal at a cheap restaurant for one will be around 11 euros. A mid-range restaurant for two people will add up around 57 euros. A fast food combo will cost you 9.70 euros. But an average price for a Big Mac is 5.89 euros. In restaurants, a tip is generally expected, since waiting tables is among the lowest paying jobs. But if you're not satisfied with the services, it is not necessary to leave a tip at all. In Germany, you tip when you settle your bill with your food server. You will include the Trinkgeld amount during the process. Many people simply round off the bill to the next euro or add a couple more. So 5 to 10% at a restaurant is appreciated, while 15% tip is considered very generous and American.
Yeah, 15 to 20%. They've recently started doing 25, 30%. Those are standard range, which is what's expected. 5 to 10% in America means you hated the server or it was a terrible experience. I gotta say, guys, this is a great video. Link will be in the description, but I'm loving the B-roll. I'm learning a lot of new information. The narration is great. This is I'm so glad I found this. I'm really happy about this.
In one hand and a pastry in the other hand, what can be a better combo? Sitting down in a cafe or bakery can cost you a bit more than taking it away. The average cost of a cup of cappuccino is around 3.50 euros for a medium. A German pastry, on the other hand, can vary from 1.50 to 4.90, depending on where and what you get. Transportation. There are many ways to get around town or country other than on foot. Public transport in Germany is a solid B. First and foremost, bikes. They are definitely not as popular as the Netherlands.
You guys saw, I made the face when I saw the Deutschbahn. It's like, oh no, they're gonna be on time.
Not as popular as the Netherlands, since the country isn't as flat and sinking. But you do see people on their bikes from time to time with a safety helmet. The infrastructure also differs from city to city. Nevertheless, sports bikes are their first choice. A single bus, tram, metro, U-Bahn and S-Bahn trips usually cost between 280 to 350. But it depends on the distance you're traveling. Like most countries, you pay bus fares on the bus, otherwise you won't get in. But when it comes to trams and metros, those require an outsider machine that is sometimes confusing to operate. A passenger without a valid ticket can face a fine of 40 to 60 euros. For long distance travel, to see your long distance friends, we have trains. A single ticket prices range from 5 to 200 euros depending on the distance. And it's best to buy the ticket in advance, as early as possible, because the later you book it, the higher the prices will get. Monthly subscriptions also exist, based on your region. It can range from 60 to 200 euros, depending on the city. That includes all kinds of transportation. Or you can get a Bahn card for reduced rates and discounts. However, if you have 4,144 euros to spare, you can buy the Ultimate Bahn Card 100 for a year's worth of travel anywhere and everywhere, at any time. As a student, you get your regional travel covered by the university, which is pretty convenient. Nonetheless, it is rumored that next year in January, there will
Look at these beautiful rivers. I love these views are very common riding on the regional trains throughout Germany. This is what Germany is about right here. I love that stuff.
In January, there will be a universal German monthly travel subscription for 49 euros, which is pretty dope. Even though Germans love their cars, owning one is not cheap, especially regarding fuel, insurance, parking and maintenance. On average, you will be spending at least 520 euros a month with the car not included. So if you have a driver's license, doesn't mean you should use it. But on average, people are spending 214 euros a month on traveling, whether by train or car. If employed, you will spend 14.6% of your gross income on public health insurance. The employer contributes half of it. Therefore, employees pay only 7.8% of their gross income. Nonetheless, on average, a person spends around 67 euros a month on their health. That includes medication and prescription. All other expenses are covered by the health insurance. However, self-employed people and people with salaries above 64,350 euros can opt for a private coverage, which can save you a buck or two. You either hate or love shopping, or maybe it depends on your mood that day. But every now and then you need to buy some new clothes or toilet paper. A dress from Zara can cost you 37 euros.
I actually will, if I do seriously consider moving to Germany. Oh God. I mean, I guess this would happen regardless, but I am self-employed. So, either way, guys, no matter what the situation is, in the United States as well, which is even shittier, I have to pay a lot for health insurance. And this is something that if you're employed, obviously, in the maybe you guys don't know this, but in the United States, if you have an employer, they pay for your health insurance. Like it's one of the benefits of having like a 9-to-5 or real job, I guess. But for the self-employed weirdos like me, we kind of have to figure out our own path, I guess you could say. So it looks like similar situation in Germany, which makes sense. But yeah, health insurance is going to be, it's a difficult problem to tackle, but I like the way Germany has it set up. I know that you guys have a solid healthcare system, and if something did happen, you can get seen, and you guys have a robust doctors and health places to go. Hospitals.
You either hate or love shopping, or maybe it depends on your mood that day. But every now and then you need to buy some new clothes or toilet paper. A dress from Zara can cost you 37 euros on average, and a pair of Nike running shoes mid-range around 82 euros. Plus, if you happen to find a cinema in the shopping mall, expect to pay around 12 or 15 euros. Popcorn not included. If you are looking for something secondhand, maybe even a kitchen for your unfurnished apartment, eBay Kleinanzeigen is a great option for that. The only thing to consider is that you might need to pick up the stuff by yourself, so that driver's license can't really come in handy. The #1 online store is Amazon.de, which is not surprising to anyone.
No.
Unfortunately, items like board games with English descriptions cost extra, and sometimes is really hard to come by. Student life. Being a student in Germany is pretty advantageous.
Yeah.
You get free regional transportation, museum and fitness discounts, free bank accounts, tax reductions, and more. Even though some German universities require some amount of tuition fees, the majority of them are free. The only catch is you most likely need to know German. If that's not a problem for you, you're all good. The only university payment you need to take care of as an international student in Germany is a so-called semester contribution, a fixed amount of money you pay for specific university services like travel, administrative assistance, sports facilities, dining halls, and so on.
I think the most daunting thing about being a potential student at university in Germany is learning the German. If you don't, I think languages are easier to learn as you're growing up when you're younger. And people always cite German as one of the toughest languages to learn. So again, anything is possible. If you really want to learn a language, you can. And I know that I have the capability to do so. But that is quite the hurdle, I would say. But it would be cool to speak German. So, free university though, if you do, it's worth it.
Halls, and so on. In conclusion, it would be hard to get by for less than 1,000 euros a month in Germany. And this rises to around 1,500 to 2,000 euros in the city where rents are higher. If you're living a student life, 850 euros a month, can cover your basic living costs. With the recent minimum wage rise of 12 euros an hour, if you're working 8 hours 5 days a week, that rounds up to 1,344 euros after taxes. That covers your basic costs in a medium or small-sized city. However, earning above minimum wage will get you the opportunity to live in a bigger city or the city center, live on your own, or have a higher standard of living, such as owning a cat or going to a cafe and getting a cup of coffee with oat milk. That always costs extra.
Yeah. Amazing video, guys. Big shout out. Hello, Erica. Definitely be checking out more from her. But something that I've realized about Germany and Europe in general as well is that there's a pack, there's like a middle of the pack. A lot of people are making between 20,000 and 40,000 euros, probably a lot around 30,000 euros a year, which if the fact that is like, you can be living good off of that is just so crazy to me, because even after converting that to US dollars, if you're making like 30,000 euros in the United States, it's not going to be easy, especially if you have children and dependents, and if you have to live alone as well. That's hard because it's more expensive living alone. So I would say we have a lot of wealth inequality. It's not distributed evenly, and there's a lot of people making different types of money, and that's the thing about the US. You go down one street, there's mansions, people making millions a year, hundreds of thousands every year. You turn the corner, you're into Section 8 housing, government funded public housing, which is, or a lot of people are, scraping pennies to get by, making like equivalent would be 20,000 euros a year, maybe even less than that. And that's what I'm saying. 20,000 euros, it's not amazing, but it's not, you can get by with that in Germany. It sounds like you're not going to really be getting by comfortably like that in the United States. So I guess my point in saying all this is that in Germany, a large majority of the people are living comfortably, living good lives. You're happy. It's not about having the shiny new car, watch, new house, all that. It's about living a good, moderate lifestyle. And when most of your citizens can fit in that bubble and live together cohesively without needing to chase a certain level of wealth, I think that's a great thing. I think the overall happiness of the country would probably be higher. How do you measure something so subjective? I don't think you can. There's happiness indexes and things like that. Who knows? Who really knows? But I think that's a really great thing in Germany, is that a lot of people are able to live comfortably without having to chase money and stuff. Of course, you got to work hard, 40 hours a week. It's not easy, but I'm happy for you guys. Not a lot of people over here, they're just chasing after things, chasing, and you never really feel fulfilled from that. So great video, definitely got me thinking, got me talking. So I appreciate you guys for checking in and watching this. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button, hit subscribe. Got a lot more videos coming up soon, so don't miss them, guys, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.